Everybody, Eve Ellie here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I am dedicating this YouTube video to the journey of the sacred union. Okay, I know I promised that I would do this in the last couple months, so here it is. I want to just get a couple housekeeping done first. I would like to invite you all to either subscribe to my YouTube channel so you get the videos directly there, or jump on my webpage, www.eveellie.com. And there's an icon at the top of the page for my YouTube videos. That way you can always check and if I have any new videos coming in, if you'd rather do that as opposed to subscribing to my channel. I will be keeping my videos much shorter. Hopefully I will be doing them basically around the new moon and the full moons, specifically when I am guided to bring in some new information. The romance angels have been working very closely with me lately, as well as many of the archangels and some of the divine goddesses. And they were telling me they would like me to do some messages about this sacred beloved journey with each event, each lunar event. Just maybe a little couple cards, something very simple. And to invite you again, if you want much deeper and further information, I will be providing that through my lectures and my events. My webmaster is going to go in and reformat my website, which is awesome. Thank you, thank you. And I will be able to easily offer package deals if you want to go in and get a lecture after the fact, or a lecture and attunement, or just an attunement. If you want to schedule a mini reading or a normal reading, which is around 60 to 65 minutes, you can do it in a way that I think is far easier than I have it posted today. So I do invite you to do that. And, I do these monthly lectures and I provide far more information than you do receive here today. Okay? However, if you just want to receive these shorter videos, that is absolutely awesome as well. And I thank you so much for subscribing, because I am here to assist everyone on the planet at this time. Okay, so let's get started on this journey of love. That's a deck. And I first wanted to start it with a quote. One of my favorite all-time quotes. I haven't looked it up in this book for years. The Book of Rune Cards by Ralph Blum. It's one of the first things I really started with before, as I was starting my astrology practice as well. And today's video is about love. And it's about unconditional love. About opening and expanding the heart and living from the heart space. The heart space directly connected through our third eye crown and our higher chakras. Everything like a unimpeded ray of light moving through us. That is how we are beginning to live now on planet Earth. It's also absolutely part of the ascension. And on that note, I did want to say, guys, there's a lot of big ascension symptoms happening right now. And I'm getting solar plexus stuff, but I'm getting all sorts of strange aches around my left side, below my heart, above my heart, and then it goes to my right side the next couple weeks later. Be aware. Shoulders, that these are ascension symptoms. So kind of watch what's going on for you and know that if it is occurring here, well, guess what? We're expanding our heart chakras. Okay, that's what it's about. And I want to dedicate this time to unconditional love on this planet. This is a beautiful quote that was found on a 9th century Viking ship in Oslo, Norway, from the author Teilhard de Chardin. Someday, after we have mastered the winds, the waves, the tides, and gravity, we shall harness for God the energies of love. Then, for the second time in the history of the world, we will have discovered fire. That kind of says it all, doesn't it? Yep, that's what this journey is about. And we begin with the self, don't we? Because to really reach unconditional love, we have to give it to ourselves. I felt very guided to work deeply with Radley Valentine and Doreen Virtue's deck, the Angel Answer Oracle cards today. They really spoke to me. And I know why, because the color, the rays that are coming in now are the gold and the pink. And you know, going back on my own personal journey, I was told, one by an astrologer around 1995 and another by a well-known trans-channel and medium that came here from Austin, Texas back in 1997. I went to see her. I'd never seen anyone like that before. And she told me, she changed my life. I cried a lot though. There was a lot of crying. She said that when I walked in the door, she knew who I was. She was waiting for me. And she said, you walk in with the golden ray of the divine creator and you carry the Christ consciousness. No one around you, no one, you know not a soul in your environment, family, husband, friends, nobody is carrying that ray right now. You will meet them for the first time when we cross over into the millennium. And you will begin to meet them. Some will be people around your age group. She said not many though, very few. Most of them, she said, I have not met them because they were teenagers at the time I went to see her. And some of them were just really little kids, she said. And I was like, wow, I've got to wait, 10 years or something to meet some of these people? And yeah, that's what it's been. Now remember, that was 1997, 1998. And that was the beginning of my journey. It was lonely though. You know, I felt alone. I don't feel alone today, so thank you. And the second very big message I got, and I'm going to show it to you because I brought it here today from my bedroom, was the beautiful medicine man that came up from the heart of Mexico in the Native American lands that are still existing there. And he spoke no English whatsoever at this event I was invited to at the end of 2001. I had no intentions of getting any kind of reading. I just wanted to go in as an observer because I'd never seen a medicine man, a shaman before. And he came with his full-on chieftain headdress and everything. It was amazing. Well, at the end, he came right up to me and he brought his headdress over and he put it on my head. And he said, you are one who needs to wear this because this is who you are. You are a leader here. And he said, he grabbed my right wrist and he looked at it under a special light. And he said, there's a heart. There's actually two hearts on your wrist. And you are a love angel. You're an angel of love. And you came here to bring people together. And wow, that was the beginning of the big changes in my life, okay? But it was only the beginning. And he brought this crystal over to me and he said, this is the one that you need to have. And it is a rainbow obsidian and it's two hearts. connected. That's my journey. I'm here to connect hearts, but I'm here to connect the twin hearts, the hearts that are your perfect counterpart to yours. And they could be twin flames, they could be twin souls, there could be sacred soulmates out there that are becoming that for you. It does not matter the language here. But no, that's why I wanted to call this the journey of the sacred, beloved, and true love into final union. And I wanted to answer questions around this because to me, union means all across the board, including this physical realm. And I invited all the different guides and angels and divine, beautiful divine beings of light that I know to come in and give me messages because I wanted to bring something forth here. And the biggest question I asked right off the bat is, because it's a question people ask and some really don't even want to ask it and they don't want to know the answer. If we're aware that we are on this journey and we have been activated, are we going to come into full union here on planet Earth within this cycle of ascension? And this cycle of ascension, from what I know, is over the next it's continuing for the next 3 to 5 years. Therefore, you might want to put a time frame of that onto this, if you will, but you don't have to. And the message I got was a yes. And that's a big yes, because and the reason I chose these cards was they were speaking to me through the visuals. What is this divine being holding? 2 spheres, one golden and one silver white. But the spheres are representational of 2 whole beings, 2 divine whole beings coming into what? Union. They're coming into union, and it is divinely ordained, guys. It's divinely ordained. This is going to happen. Yes, is it important to know that you have free will and you have a choice? Absolutely. Absolutely. I was given that message by the angels as well, that it is up to you. Why? Because they want you to choose this. If you're not ready or you don't want to choose it right now, that's okay. Maybe in a year or 2 or 3, you will want to choose it. It does have to come from you, though. It's very important that you assert, and this is the very first message I got, you assert yourself. Be very crystal clear on what you want, because when you know what you want and you're crystal clear, guess what? It will come to you very soon. These are all the cards I got today for this. It's key that you become clear on who you are, that you are part of this journey. And remember, this is a journey of the sacred beloved. Every single human being on this earth can choose that journey. Every single one of you can choose it. I'm not excluding anyone. Nobody should be excluded. We were all born from love. If we lost our way, we lost our way. But we were not born from anything other than love. And the only journey home is through the heart, because the only way we will come into that wholeness that you're seeing right here is through love. Love is the only way we will come in to wholeness. And it is the way we will come into that final, complete, physical union that so many of us dream of. I'm here to tell you, this is happening. It's happening. But I want you to choose it, and your angels want you to choose it. Why? Okay, they're telling me why. Okay, yes. The faster you verbally let them know, I am on board. Whatever I need to do, I am on board. This is what I want. This is what I choose. It's as if that directive goes straight into heaven, and all of your guides, you might need new guides coming in, new angels, whatever, to help you. There will be so much support and assistance to guide you. Whereas when you sit back and you're in doubt, do I want it? Do I not want it? Don't know if I'm on this pathway. Am I a twin flame? Am I a sacred soulmate? What am I? Get rid of that confusion. You choose what you want to be. You choose it. It's up to you. It's not up to me. It's not up to your friend. It's not up to anyone else on YouTube. It's up to you. Choose it, because the faster you do that, the faster all of this will begin unfolding in your life. That was one of the biggest messages I got. And look at this. What is one of the, I'm going to tell you about some of the prerequisites here. Being authentic. Take off the masks. Take them off. You're not going to get clear on what you really want. And if you're ready, because you may want these unions, but really feel like you're just so far from being ready, and that's okay. Baby steps, guys. Today's full moon in Virgo. Baby steps. Virgo's about just put one foot out in front of the other. I love the sign of Virgo. And it's a full moon today. Virgo, moon in Virgo, sun in Pisces. Pisces is the energy of the divine, of the ability and capacity to live a multidimensional life and to access our dreams and our imagination and build them. And then guess what? Full moon in Virgo is like, I'm here and I'm now ready to make your dreams a reality. Let's manifest them. But we got to get going on that. Virgo says, I don't want you just up in your head like Pisces can be. And I am a Pisces, so I should know that. Get down to earth. Make goals for yourself. Take steps towards finding out what you really want, and if this is it, and if you're ready enough. Ready enough. That's all I require of you, is to be ready enough. But take the masks off. You can't be living false lives anymore. You can't be staying married to, living with, or dating a person who isn't that sacred beloved. You got to get out of those relationships, guys. It's not healthy for you if what you want is your sacred beloved union. If, however, you feel like where you are in these relationships, you're learning and you love the person and you're learning and you don't want to leave it, that is your choice also. No relationship is ever wasted. Everything is always serving you in some form, okay? It is all good. But get clear on that, because that's one of the messages, big messages I was getting for March, and especially this year of 2018, is getting that very deep clarity and get the illusions out of the way. Be who you are. Embrace who you are. That is so important here. And on that journey of really becoming authentic and genuine. And I'm the first one to jump up and say now, I am a twin flame. When people ask me, I am going to tell them I am that. I'm embodying now who I am. Doesn't matter what they think about it. That's the self-love that we've been building. Okay, this journey requires a couple different things. When you want to enter into sacred union with your beloved counterpart, wherever they are on the earth, you have to enter into that sacred union within yourself first. I didn't even realize I was wearing this shirt. Well, there we go. I don't know if that's Vishnu or Saraswati, or it's one of the Hindu divine beings. But there's the circle there. You have to enter into union with yourself. And so this whole reading today is me guiding you. 2018 is the year where we enter into these sacred unions, beginning with that sacred union within ourselves, okay? And the divine goddesses that came in for us for this year were the butterfly maiden goddess, which is all about transmutation and transformation, and Mav, and she's about cycles and rhythms. And both of them, and Isis came in as well, by the way. If you look at all three of them, they're all about change, leaving the old behind and walking into and embracing the new. Because every one of us, we're being reborn now. We are being reborn. Why? Because we're no longer on strictly a 3D reality. Our reality is now permanently no longer 3D. It's jumping 3D, 4D, 5D, and who knows, maybe 6, 7D for some people, 7D. But we're jumping. And therefore, we can't be living from a closed heart or a human body that's ruled by the mind and the lower mind. It's simply no longer possible. And that's one of the reasons why so many people are going through a lot of it, what's called ascension symptoms. They can be they can be anxiety in the mental form, in the physical form, all sorts of aches and pains, especially those associated with inflammation in the body, soreness, aching, sudden shooting pains, this going out of joint, that going out of joint, coughing, lung issues, all sorts of symptoms. It's because we are living from our high heart now. Our heart is fully opening, and there's this really big bridge now, or this portal that's coming down from the higher dimensions of our being down through us, and it's grounding into the heart as the foundation and the base, and then going further down and grounding into the earth star chakra beneath our feet. And in the process of this complete foundational platform that's being built literally within us, guys, any part of us that's not functioning right is going through problems. And any part of our past or our present, we're like, no, I can't let go. No, I can't let go. Oh, guess what? We're having pain, and something is happening around it. We are indeed healing. Absolutely, we are healing. And we are expanding and further opening the heart. Now, when I asked about timing here, I got two timings for us. Why? Because number one, the thing they said to me is one of the prerequisites, aside from complete and total self-love and self-respect and coming into balance within oneself, was letting go of time and detaching. Detach from all drama and all fear. What time does, why we get wrapped up in the timing, is we get wrapped up in the illusion that we are dying. We are dying right now. Every one of us is dying, but what's dying is the old. Who and what we really are is being reborn. And that part of us can never die, ever. There is no time attached to that. Time is a human constraint based on a limited reality of birth, aging, and death. It is a limited human concept. It is not divine truth. And so every time you attach to timing, guess what you're doing? You're bringing in a limited reality onto a sacred union and a sacred journey that's going into unlimited reality. And guess what starts happening between you and your beloved? Oh, miscommunication. Oh, haven't heard from him. Where do you go? Oh, haven't heard from her. What happened? There's a disconnect because you've attached to the human limited constraint of time. Let the time go. We are in God's time now. Okay? And that being said, when I know that, I still want to have something to give you because we are human after all. We are human angels, divine beings having a human experience. And we are attached. We still have to live by the constraints of time, even though these constraints are becoming far more malleable and fluid. You know, notice we're not aging. Either we're not aging at all or we're aging very slowly. And for some of us, we're even de-aging now. Okay? So just keep that in mind. Based on that, I was given 2 timings. And I'm going to explain why. In the near future and a year from now. Now, in the near future, the message with this means for some of you, it is very, very near, very close. Could be days, weeks, months, but don't attach to the when. I want you to simply know that it is near. That's the word I want you to remember. It's not far away, okay? And it's one of the ways the angels have of telling you that they're working behind the scenes always to move this through as quickly as possible because they know so many of us are trapped. We're divine beings wanting to be outside of this time frame, but we're still trapped within it. They recognize that. And that is why they're working so diligently to help support us. And the reason why for some of us it is taking longer is because our counterparts or ourselves, we are still in some form of recovery, whether it's a recovery from an addiction of some form, recovery from an accident, recovery from surgery, having physical issues that are taking up all our time, or we're recovering from a separation or divorce, okay? So, or a financial crisis. That was the last thing they told me. Yeah, some are recovering from finances, okay? So kind of keep that in mind, that is affecting this journey. And you know, at the end of the day, even though we are divine beings, we still have free will. And if you or your counterpart want to delay it a little bit, that does come into play. And your angels can say, oh, in the near future, oops, it's going to take a little longer. Okay, so be aware that these energies are continuously happening. And one of the messages they gave me was, please trust that this is all happening in divine timing. It really will be the perfect timing. And that's why the real message I got around this was a year from now. And what that means is sometime this year or soon after. Okay, so sometime in 2018 or soon after would mean the first part of 2019. And I've been getting this a lot lately. It is one of the most beautiful cards in the deck because it says so much. Look at it. Up on the top with a crown on top of their heads is 2 beautiful divine beings. Let's look at that as the sacred union. And then this is the globe. This is planet Earth. These sacred unions are coming into being because the Earth needs them now. The Earth wants them now. And all around the Earth, we have these beautiful divine beings, angels, guides, masters, whatever they are, with their hands outstretched, giving, supplying so much beautiful healing energy and manifestation energy onto the planet to bring these unions into fullness. And again, we're given that circular, that spherical symbol like we had here. Fullness. These are two symbols of union, guys. Okay? Now, what did the romance angels have to say? Well, let me finish with Archangel Michael and his message detach. He wanted some of you to know you're thinking too much about this all the time. Don't. Move away from it. That's creating too much drama. If you need to get energy clearings, if you're getting counseling, you need to go out and maybe just date, just simply date because you got to do something, or just hang out with your friends, go on a vacation. I was seeing vacationing and traveling as one of the things that's being asked of people to do this year on this journey, because we need to go through retreats right now where we come back into our own and we come back into our own inner peace. When you're thinking too much about your twin and why isn't this happening? Why did that happen? When is it happening? Guess what? You're in the ego. And when you do that, guys, and I know we're all human, I do that too, okay? But when we do that, we end up putting up a roadblock. And our counterpart retreats. And suddenly we can't feel them there because we were too attached. You have to detach. Trust that they are on their journey to you. However long that's going to take, that's all that's required, is for you to simply trust. That trust, though, begins inside of yourself. You've got to trust yourself. The other message they gave me was, listen to your intuition. It is not leading you astray. In fact, it's just the opposite. It is guiding you to them. Listen. Now, the romance angels, they were so cute. They said, take some vacations, take some retreat, take time out, take care of you. That's part of this journey because they want to see us coming into union because we're both really in a place of inner and outer balance. Okay? But that's a key factor. Am I saying you have to be 100% whole or in balance? No. What I am saying is you've got to be probably 70% or more there. Okay. Now, when I asked about this year, I was given the message passion. Okay. Follow your passion. I love this card because the real message is when you are out there doing your life's work on your mission, doing the things that make you most happy, bring you the most joy, guess what? Your heart's opening up, you're happy, your beloved's feeling it, and they start moving faster. Okay? That's one of the key factors. So when you're in your doldrums, and I know some of you are, you're going back and forth on this cycle. What I was seeing lately is we're going up and down, up and down. I love you. I don't know if I want to be in this. I love you. I don't know if I want to be in this. That's kind of what I'm getting right now. Turn it off. Turn the radio off. The radio's inside your head. It's not in your heart. Turn the radio off and go decide to do something that's going to bring you joy instead. Okay, that's one of the counsels that I got here. And I also got this one from the Romance Angels, Religious Factors. And this time I read it so completely differently. See the crown? This is divinely ordained. The divine is bringing this in. Okay, and this is a sacred union. And the last messages they had for me which I thought was just absolutely beautiful, is engagement. Our love lives are indeed ascending to a higher level this year. And we are getting more engaged with our beloved. And remember, your beloved, wherever you are on this journey, it could be someone you're already married to, but you've been going through some things. He's been growing, you've been growing, the relationship's growing, you're getting to know each other all over again, but you're both different now. It could be where you're dating, but there's issues, okay? Or you've been dating, then you fall out of it, you come together, you go away, there's this jumping back and forth. You're all doing that because you're needing to still come into inner balance, and you're still healing and removing and completing the past, okay? But please know that this is where you're going. You're coming together so that you can engage with one another from a beautiful, beautiful place. And it's a heart-centered space. And look at that, they're really holding their hands, and their heads are next to each other. They are completely engrossed in one another and listening. That's a beautiful message for this year, okay? And then for those of you who have not yet met their beloved or who are in separation, these are the other two cards I got. And the new love card I got when I asked about this full moon. And I got the reconciliation when I asked about this full moon, and also 2018. So this is the one card that came in twice, and I'm going to explain that in a moment. Yeah, okay. And before I get to that, the other card that came in for this full moon is it is safe for you to love. Okay. Take baby steps. Okay, this card is not saying just leap in. Okay, this is not the passion card, leap in. It's more take your time, take slow, deliberate steps to open your heart in this journey. We know it's been hurt. Every single one of us on the earth has a heart that has been broken. But a heart broken is a heart open. It's now time to fully embody who and what we are, which is love, because that's where we were born from, love. And I want to complete this with this, okay? And I want you to really look at this, the reconciliation. Even the word reconciliation, we're headed into a very powerful Mercury retrograde cycle in March and April. And these Mercury cycles always bring back things from our past. And they seem to be intimately connected to this beloved pathway. And the one with Mercury in Aries is absolutely connected to this pathway. And there we have retrograde reconciliation. It's without a doubt a part of this pattern. Someone from your past who is your true beloved may be returning. Or if there's been a falling apart or miscommunication and you live together but you're not really talking, you will come back into union around it. Now, the most significant part of this, though, and of this journey is look at them. They are in the clouds, and he is behind her, and he is pulling her shoulders back. He is opening, he is behind her, helping her open and expand her heart. Why? So that he can now come in. And this speaks to the sacred union between two people. the beloved, but it also speaks to the divine feminine within you, welcoming in your divine masculine. And look at that, she's happy, and so is he. There's happiness here. The sun is shining, and they're in the clouds. I can tell you what this means is your union has to come into its fullness first in the higher dimensions. You need to come into full union on a soul and a higher self level first before it can manifest that way in the physical. And that's the message there. That's what's going on. And for those of you that have not met your beloved yet, you may be seeing him in your mind's eye. When you're meditating, you may be dreaming of him and wondering, who is this? What's going on? Well, now you know that it needs to occur there first. This also tells you that with your beloved, you have natural telepathy. Use it. Use it. And we go from the new love card is the one that came in for this full moon. Look at that. New love. Whether it's someone new you've just met, that could be the one, or someone new is coming around the corner, or someone is returning to you. But the love is new. Why? Because, guys, we're being created new. The past is no longer a part of who we are becoming. So everything is new. This is a new year. 2017 and 2018 are both contain the one energy. 2017 was the 1, 2018 is an 11. These are the two biggest years of change. The new is coming in. And here's how I'm going to end this for you. Reconciliation in the clouds, new love on the earth. Yes, we are coming into full union. Bless you until next time.